Good morning. I'm playing in my fall journal, and I thought I would invite you to join me. I've made my first ever embellished paperclip because I want to put that on here. I noticed that most people use them to close these tucks. So I used a piece of leftover paper, glued it down to death with Fabrifix, and now I'm thinking about piling on some pretties. I'm also having a little fussy cut here, and then I'm going to do a little edging of the page with vintage photo, and then I'm going to do, as Nick the Booksmith calls them, I'm going to do a raggedy on here, and generally try to make some headway. These junk journals kind of just grow and get a life of their own and make you think about what you can do here and there, and when you think you're set, you're not, which is probably the point of the whole enjoyment that I get out of it. Let's just plunk this old dollar store make-believe silk leaf down on here. And if some of that comes through, that's fine. Not a problem. A little bit of a leftover scrap. Just there. And a pumpkin just there, a little bit hanging off. Here. And this lace bit. Well, that covers that up a little bit. No, let me go over there. That's good. There's a little bit of lace. Pretty little flower. Over there. I'll just pull that up a bit while it's still a movable object. All right, I'm going to set this aside now to dry. And yes, this is what I used for my. I'm going to keep this in case I want to do another paper clip. I had to mend the bottom of this lace. I hadn't used enough glue on the bottom, so that's mended. And I added this page to the inside of the back cover, and I noticed that these do not have enough distress ink to suit me. I'm learning that more is definitely better when vintage photo is involved. A little bit of an improvement. And now this one, the inside of the front cover. Oh yes. So, front cover and back. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing anything on the front and back covers. I like them so much. Well, so, now, all right, it's time for me to think about this Raggedy. I just was fascinated when Nick made one of these, so I'm just going to put the slightest little bit of glue down because I'm going to sew on this. Let's see, this maybe here. No, I think this one down here. This was a piece of paper glued to a, and this was a piece of paper from my centerfold here. And I love the colors. So that has to hang off there. Let me do it now while I'm liking it. Using a little Aleene's Tacky. Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Forgetting the other side as usual. Alrighty, that's better. Now this one, I think over here. Very nice. And now this one. I do like this one. I think there. Yes. And what else have we here? And I want to put this one on also. And yes, I did. A little bit of there. And I'm thinking this is just calling for a little bit of stamps. We'll see. also learning about the different glues. This tacky is working well, but I think I would have done better to have my Fabrifix because it dries down so much faster. Live and learn. Whoopsie daisy. Oh yeah, this is not going to be pretty. So this way, this way, this way. And this way. Righty. Okay, clear stamps. Thinking that one, and this one that look like, I think that one that looks like leaves. And Timber Brown stays on. Don't be a lazy girl, Carol. Do not do that. Very good. Just a slight addition. And then, what? A little bit too monochromatic. What can I do here? What can I do here? That one. That one. That one. Oh yes. And that one. And another green one. And this one. Just a slight bit of color. I'm going to use my best glue ever because of this nice, fine addition that I put on the tip of it. And this glue dries so quickly, it's just wonderful. And this one. They're down already. Now I was going to sew on here, and I'm still going to. Just going to have fun. Of course, should have waited to put the flowers on, but you didn't tell me, so it's your fault. Sewing it is. Well, here we are with the addition of some stitching, not too much, because I was silly enough to put those flowers on first, live and learn. And this goodie I found for $1, and it cut beautifully. However, of course, you had to poke a lot through these spaces, but I consider that well worth the little tiny bit of time it took, because this is just so pretty. And I've decided to just leave these glue places on here. Now, lemon water will be next. So, I'm going to line up my cut with this bar across the fence. Isn't that pretty? A well-spent $1. I have to be a little bit more careful when I put the paper down, or more careful with my cutting. There we go. And now I don't know where this is going to end up, but okay, that's ready. And now I have this, and I'm thinking that This might like to see some ruched fabric, which I haven't tried yet. Okay, I think that might be quite nice up there. Yes. But before I get to that, planning, Carol, planning. Oh my, I'm going to have to give this a think. Yes, I'm going to ruche and go dig about in my lace drawer. Sometimes overdoing is worth the effort. Now let me see what the right side of this is. Yes, this is the right side. Lace. Well, yay, Carol, I guess this is kind of like riding a bicycle. I was afraid that the ruching would move, so I put some paper clips on it. And I found this bit of deliciousness, which was in a Happy Mail, and I managed to get that zigzag over it. Yahoo! I guess it's like riding a bicycle. It's been 15 or 20 years since I've done something like that. But back it came. So, another mission accomplished. Oh my Lord, this is still feeling soggy. I've learned my lesson about glues. And this and this. Now, this. But there's more here, and I have more places in this journal that could benefit. I love the colors here. So fall. And yes, let me see what happens if I use this. Probably not too much, but we'll see. Very nice. Alrighty. Now, I got a new Martha Stewart because I had a 50% coupon burning a hole in my pocket. So I got this Martha Stewart, and it works all around the edges. It took some figuring out because the directions are far from clear for somebody who doesn't always get contraptions. So this was my learning piece. So pretty. else here that might do well. Yes, this might do well. Let's have a little make-believe. Oops, first. A little make-believe fussy cutting here. Maybe. And maybe. Oh. Loving this one. Loving this one. And this one can become something. Kind of a semi-raggedy. This goes down first. I'm thinking that this glue is liable to become my new best friend. Le Pen. Oops. Okay, I'm not happy about those corners. They get fine-tuned. Is that better? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Just in the center. stand up to some lines, Carol. It would help. Better late than never. Oops. Get carried away. And this one. I love the coloration on there, so I'm going to keep that. That has got to go into my important scrap section. Oh, you silly lump. Oh my goodness gracious, girl. Well, that's beautiful. Get yourself out of this mess, I dare you. Go ahead, keep trucking. In for a dime, in for a dollar. Ah, how silly can I get? Oh, my. Cry if you wanna. Well, let's see what happens to that. And this one. I just love that one to death. I seem to want to put these together as a bunch. Yes, I do. I'm not liking the way that is such fine paper. Okay. Now, that's all I got here. Heavens knows there's plenty here. Ew. Ew. Focus, Carol, focus. I think I'm up against a brick wall. I'm going to have a think. So, saving the situation with a little bit of stenciling using Ceramcoat OJ and my Bittersweet Chocolate by Americana, and this stencil, which is not easy to put down, as you can see. Thank God it's a junk journal. But some markings here, some here, and I put a backing on this one because it was just too flimsy to suit. So let's have a little bit of something on here now. Happened. Oh yes, Now I'm going to add just a little bit of bittersweet. Let's see what happens now. Yes, much better. So, I do believe I'm not going to trim that. Now, three, four should do the trick. Now, yes, let's go in some of this ribbon. Colors, oops, there it is. There it is. Oh, it's here too. Well, let's see what happens now. This is my silk ribbon from Needlepoint. And wouldn't this just, yes. Don't think about it, Carol, just do it. Overthinking is not allowed now. I always get myself into a quandary. About how these are supposed to go. To come this way or this way. When in doubt, plunge, Carol. Don't turn this into a small war. This will work just fine. The last one. There we go. Now separate these puppies. Okay, this is going to be tedious. Nobody sane wants to watch me do this, so I'll be back when I'm out of my maze. Okay, now since I want this to stay, I'm going to give this a tie off and then a touch of Fabri-Tac, and that will cure what ails this. And a bow. That should hold those puppies together. And Fabri-Tac. On the front or the back? The back. This will sink right in here and meld this all together. It's the best possible cheat that Stitchery has to offer. There. And cover it up. Bingo. Well, let's have a look at what I have produced today. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but I did it, and I'm happy that I did. Okay, so a bunch of tags. You get a little bit closer. A bunch of tags. Well, we're just going to have to make this look like I meant it. There. And this that I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be. And a raggedy. Oops. And my first clip. Let's get the paint out of the way. And sewing practice. So, today has been quite chock full. If you have enjoyed sharing this time with me, please leave a thumbs up, share with a friend, leave a comment, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Back soon, because I'm racing to get finished with this fall signature, because I want to start. I'm like a kid who can't wait for Christmas. I want to start working in a Christmas journal that I purchased, but more about that coming soon. Bye now. I'm back because I decided to finish this journal, that it was so close, and that I would share it with you now. I did add that bit of fencing to the cover. I used a piece of the leftover front cover that I had cut out and made an inclusion for here just because it looked like it needed to be there. On this page, I added a piece of part of a brown paper bag that I recently purchased on Etsy. This tag fits in quite well here. Here is my first decorated paper clip. On this side, I used the raggedy that I made and a new paper clip that I added to my collection. I returned 2 of the 3 bits to this under this belly band, because this was the inspiration for this, as you remember, or not, but that's what it was. And I added some of the Fabri-Tac up in here to keep the ribbon from acting like silk. And here, on this page, I added the pocket that I made today with a piece from the previous page, and this looks like it wants to stick here, and actually that works just fine for me. So that fits in here very nicely. Here's the 4-piece tag, and I used a paper clip. So my first fall signature is now ready to find its home in the back of this journal. I made this cover. This was from 2016, but this was my Halloween signature. My Halloween dark signature. And when I do a flip through, you will see in December. I do flip-throughs in December. You will see the evolution. And here is the last place that I have been saving for this fall signature. And here it is, my fall junk journal completed, and I am so happy with this. I've learned so much in the doing that now I am just ready for the Christmas journal that I'm going to be working on. So I thought you might like to see where this was going to be. And there are 4 signatures in here. One that I put together. The 2 Halloweens are together. So I just thought you might like to share this. Bye now. Again, see you soon.